What would happen if the moon disappeared? We're used to seeing it in the night sky as Earth's eternal companion, but without it, everything would change, from tides to life itself. Let's embark on a scientific journey to uncover the truth. The moon controls the tides and ebbs of our planet. Its gravity pulls the oceans, creating the rhythm of coastal life. If it vanished, this rhythm would be broken forever. Shorelines would change within the very first days. Many animals depend on lunar cycles. Sea turtles come ashore only during the full moon. Without the moon, their life and reproduction would change forever. Chaos would ripple through entire ecosystems. The moon stabilizes Earth's axis of rotation. Without it, the planet's tilt would become unpredictable. This would trigger extreme climate changes. Seasons would turn chaotic and dangerous. The night sky would become darker and the stars brighter. Astronomers would see galaxies once hidden by the moon's glow. But for millions, it would be a symbol of loss. We would lose the most romantic part of the night. Without the moon, tides would nearly disappear. The oceans would be calmer, but countless marine species would die. Coastal wetlands and reefs would begin to collapse. Water would no longer nourish shoreline ecosystems. For centuries, the moon has inspired art, music, and poetry. Its disappearance would be a cultural shock. We would lose a symbol tied to romance and mystery. Our traditions and even our calendar would change. Without the moon's stabilizing force, Earth's climate would turn wild. Glaciers could form and vanish within decades. Tropics could turn into deserts and deserts into forests. Such shifts would destroy civilizations. Astronomers would gain a unique opportunity. The sky would become clearer for observing distant galaxies. Telescopes could see details once hidden by the moon's light. But our celestial landmarks would change forever. Nights would become truly black. For cities, little would change, but villages and oceans would sink into darkness. Sea travel would grow more dangerous. Humanity would feel more vulnerable. The moon played a key role in evolution. Its tides millions of years ago helped life move from ocean to land. Without the moon, this process might never have happened. We might not exist at all. Earth's gravity without the moon would stay the same, but the balance of the solar system would shift. Our planet's orbit could become unstable over long timescales. Even small variations could cause disasters. It's a matter of millions of years, but the threat is real. Many animals use moonlight for navigation. Bird and fish migrations depend on its phases. Without this natural light source, they would need to adapt. Some species would simply vanish. For centuries, the moon has been central to astrology. Its disappearance would challenge entire cultural traditions. Some societies might see it as a sign of the end of the world. Human history would be reshaped. Farmers around the world use the lunar calendar for planting. Its disappearance would require new planning methods. Plant growth cycles could change due to climate shifts. Food security would be affected. The moon slightly softens Earth's temperature swings. Without it, daytime heat and nighttime cold would grow more extreme. This would hit desert and polar regions the hardest. Nature would have to adapt or vanish. The moon acts as a shield, taking asteroid impacts. Without it, more meteorites would strike Earth. Each year, the risk of catastrophic collisions would rise. History would be rewritten again and again. Tidal zones are among the planet's richest ecosystems. Without the moon, they would turn into stagnant waters. Countless species would vanish within decades. Marine biodiversity would be poorer forever. For millennia, sailors have used the moon for navigation. Without it, night voyages would be more dangerous. Navigation errors could cost lives. The world would grow more closed off. The moon has always been a symbol of constancy. Its disappearance would bring feelings of loss and anxiety. It could affect the psyche of entire generations. The world would be darker not only at night, but in our hearts. The moon's disappearance would alter astronomical maps. Constellations would appear differently, and navigation would be sharper. But we would lose our familiar guide. The night sky would feel unfamiliar. In many cultures, the moon is tied to gods and legends. Its disappearance would be a spiritual shock. Myths would be rewritten, losing ancient meanings. Humanity would seek new symbols. Lunar calendars have been used for millennia. Their disappearance would require a complete time overhaul. Some holidays would lose their dates. It would change the rhythm of human life. Tidal power plants would lose their strength. It would hit coastal nations' renewable energy supplies. Some cities would lose a vital power source. Alternatives would have to be found. Seasonal migrations, spawning, and plant blooming would be disrupted. The natural world would lose an essential rhythm. Some ecosystems would start collapsing within the first year. The balance of life would be at risk. The moon keeps Earth's axial tilt stable. Without it, that tilt would start to wobble. This would trigger unpredictable climate shifts. Weather seasons would no longer be familiar. The moon absorbs impacts from cosmic bodies. Without it, meteor showers would grow more frequent. Dangerous collisions with Earth would happen more often. We would be more vulnerable in space. Paintings, legends, and songs about the moon would lose their meaning. Museums would keep memories of the night's companion. A new generation would know the moon only from photos and stories. Cultural memory would fade. Without tides, ocean currents would change. This would disrupt the planet's heat distribution. Sea storms could grow stronger and more unpredictable. Sailing would become more dangerous than ever. Many nocturnal animals depend on moonlight. Its disappearance would force them to change their habits. Some would become active only at twilight. This would alter hunting chains. Without the moon, the balance between day and night species would break. Predators would gain an advantage in complete darkness. Prey would become more vulnerable. Entire populations could vanish. Axis wobbles without the moon could alter wind patterns. Weather would grow unpredictable. Storms and hurricanes would appear in unexpected places. Coastal cities would suffer. Night tides sustain many species. They feed plankton, which feeds fish. Without them, the food chain would weaken. Fishing would drop dramatically. In rural areas, the moon has always been a natural source of light. Without it, nights would be more dangerous. Wild predators would approach homes more often. Life in villages would change forever. The human brain is used to the moon's gentle light. Complete darkness intensifies fear. Cities wouldn't notice much, but villages and seas would feel it immediately. It would change how we see the night. Many fish species use moonlight to navigate the oceans. Without it, they would lose their way. Spawning grounds would be abandoned. Populations would shrink within years. Declining fishing and farming would hit the economy. Coastal towns would lose jobs. Tourism tied to the sea and night views would vanish. Entire regions would grow poorer. Climate shifts without the moon would make weather unpredictable. Droughts and floods would alternate chaotically. Crop yields would fall worldwide. Food crises would become the norm. Humanity would have to reshape its daily rhythm. Work, rest, and travel would adapt to the new darkness. Lighting technology would become critical. The moon would live only in memories. For our ancestors, the moon was a guiding star guarding the night. Its disappearance would mark a turning point in history. We would live in a world without its gentle light, and always wonder, what was it like with her? The moon is an archive of solar system history. Its surface preserves traces of ancient impacts and volcanism. Without it, we lose a unique record of Earth's past. It would be an irreplaceable loss for science. The moon has inspired artists, poets, and musicians for millennia. Its disappearance would take away one of art's great symbols of beauty. Paintings and poems would become reminders of something lost. The world would be a little less romantic. Humanity would have to develop new navigation and lighting systems. Satellites and artificial moons could partly replace the loss. But no technology could recreate the same atmosphere. The The moon is unique and irreplaceable. Without the moon, telescopes could peer deeper into the universe. But we lose the object that for centuries trained our observations. Astronomers would lose their natural practice target. The sky would be empty in one of its most important spots. The moon's disappearance would symbolize the fragility of our planet. We'd realize that even what seems eternal can vanish. It could unite people in caring for Earth, or it could deepen fear of the future. Schools would no longer teach lunar phases through observation. Children would see it only in pictures and models. Astronomy would lose an accessible example of gravity at work. Learning about space would feel a little more abstract. The moon has been with us since the first humans. It lit the nights of hunters and sailors. It witnessed all our wars and discoveries. Without it, our history would be different. The moon was a training ground for spaceflight. Without it, missions to Mars and beyond would be riskier. We lose the first step in space exploration. Our journey into the universe would slow. The moon would live on in books, films, and legends. People would look at old photos with longing. Perhaps we'd build a digital copy in the sky, but it would be only a shadow of its true beauty. The moon's disappearance would make us think about protecting our planet. If a satellite can vanish, what else might we lose? Perhaps it would unite humanity or test our ability to survive. The moon is more than just a rock in the sky. It is a symbol, a memory, and a part of ourselves. If it vanished, we'd lose a piece of our soul. And each night we'd wonder, could we ever bring it back?